Lesson 23. Reading. A letter from Sarvatra.
November 13th, 1975. Dear Patricia, after talking with you in front of the post office last June, I promised myself I would write you. Since then, I have debated with myself about keeping that promise. Although it's somewhat embarrassing, here's the story. For 8 weeks in the summer, the company sent me to the language school on 4th Avenue for intensive spoken French. Although they didn't give me a mirror, I had everything else, tapes, pictures of the speech organs, and all kinds of gestures. But the R still sounded like it came from the Midwest. The course, however, did give me some confidence, and I was looking forward to stepping off the plane and trying my luck. So I hardly expected what happened next. On the other side of the gate, there was a young man in a blue suit holding a sign saying Charles Weston. And would you believe it? He was my interpreter. Yes, he's been with me ever since, and I've hardly had to speak a word of French. He handles all the agricultural terms and technical jargon without trouble. So the meetings are going fine so far. We show pictures, give out samples, and answer questions, of which there seem to be many. But you may be able to tell from the uncertain handwriting and coffee stains that all is not as pleasant as it might be. Working at night with no electric light is no joke. And for another thing, I haven't had a decent night's sleep since I left the capital because of the beds, or should I say, the hard earth. And if you've ever tried to shave with cold water, you know how my face feels right now. Besides that, I seem to be on a steady diet of lamb and beans, which I am not used to. Oh, for a nice tender steak. The people are very good to me, however, and that's what counts. Don't be alarmed if you don't hear from me for a while. I really am busy. Your friend, Chuck.
Now answer these questions about the reading. 1. How did Chuck Weston prepare for his new assignment? 2. What is his job in Sarvatra? 3. Is he doing his job well? 4. Why doesn't he have to use French? 5. What kind of trouble is he having? 6. When will he leave Sarvatra? 7. Why was it embarrassing for him to write this letter?
Review of grammar. 1. What, how, when, where, plus infinitive. Answer the questions with I don't know, and a sentence containing a WH word plus infinitive. Use the cued words in parenthesis. Listen to the models.
1. How can I remove coffee stains? An encyclopedia.
I don't know. An encyclopedia will tell you how to remove coffee stains.
I don't know. An encyclopedia will tell you how to remove coffee stains.
I don't know. An encyclopedia will tell you how to remove coffee stains.
2. What should I bring to the picnic supper? Mrs. Clayton.
I don't know. Mrs. Clayton will tell you what to bring to the picnic supper.
I don't know. Mrs. Clayton will tell you what to bring to the picnic supper.
I don't know. Mrs. Clayton will tell you what to bring to the picnic supper.
Now you do the exercise.
1. How can I remove coffee stains? An encyclopedia.
I don't know. An encyclopedia will tell you how to remove coffee stains.
2. What should I bring to the picnic supper? Mrs. Clayton.
I don't know. Mrs. Clayton will tell you what to bring to the picnic supper.
3. When should I sweep out the garage? Barbara.
I don't know. Barbara will tell you when to sweep out the garage.
4. What language should I take next year? My roommate.
I don't know. My roommate will tell you what language to take next year.
5. How can I eliminate that danger? The captain.
I don't know. The captain will tell you how to eliminate that danger.
6. How should I eat spaghetti? Betty Miller.
I don't know. Betty Miller will tell you how to eat spaghetti.
7. Where can I get a sightseeing tour? The desk clerk.
I don't know. The desk clerk will tell you where to get a sightseeing tour.
8. Where should I put the meat? Mr. Weston.
I don't know. Mr. Weston will tell you where to put the meat.
2. Included question word questions. Answer the questions with, I'm afraid I have no idea, plus an included clause beginning with the question word. Listen.
1. Where does Allie come from?
I'm afraid I have no idea where he comes from.
2. What passport does he travel on?
I'm afraid I have no idea what passport he travels on.
3. What country produces the best jade?
I'm afraid I have no idea what country produces the best jade.
4. Which book will sell the most copies?
I'm afraid I have no idea which book will sell the most copies.
5. Where's Quechua spoken?
I'm afraid I have no idea where Quechua is spoken.
6. Where did the children dig the cave?
I'm afraid I have no idea where the children dug the cave.
7. What's the largest island in the world?
I'm afraid I have no idea what the largest island in the world is.
8. What's the word for earth in Persian?
I'm afraid I have no idea what the word for earth is in Persian.
9. What's a Latin word for earth?
I'm afraid I have no idea what the Latin word for earth is.
10. How do you say earth in Hungarian?
I'm afraid I have no idea how to say earth in Hungarian.
11. How can I improve my memory?
I'm afraid I have no idea how you can improve your memory.
12. What was last Sunday's sermon about?
I'm afraid I have no idea what last Sunday's sermon was about.
13. What has been the most important invention of mankind?
I'm afraid I have no idea what the most important invention of mankind has been.
14. When did the Greeks develop their alphabet?
I'm afraid I have no idea when the Greeks developed their alphabet.
15. When did the Vietnamese adopt the Roman alphabet?
I'm afraid I have no idea when the Vietnamese adopted the Roman alphabet.
3. Included question word and yes-no questions. Respond to the questions with did you ask, plus an included clause beginning with the question word or if. Do not use pronouns. Listen to the models.
1. Were Mary and Doris arguing?
Did you ask if Mary and Doris were arguing?
Did you ask if Mary and Doris were arguing?
Did you ask if Mary and Doris were arguing?
2. What were they arguing about?
Did you ask what they were arguing about?
Did you ask what they were arguing about?
Did you ask what they were arguing about?
Now do the exercise.
1. Were Mary and Doris arguing?
Did you ask if Mary and Doris were arguing?
Two. What were they arguing about?
Did you ask what they were arguing about?
3. How did the argument get started?
Did you ask how the argument got started?
4. Has Harry lost his hearing?
Did you ask if Harry had lost his hearing?
5. When did Harry lose his hearing?
Did you ask when Harry lost his hearing?
6. Did they discover anything interesting?
Did you ask if they discovered anything interesting?
7. What kind of ruins did they discover?
Did you ask what kind of ruins they discovered?
8. Will there be an import tax?
Did you ask if there would be an import tax?
9. How much will the import tax be?
Did you ask how much the import tax would be?
10. Is Flight 641 on the runway?
Did you ask if Flight 641 was on the runway?
11. Why is Flight 641 taxied off the runway?
Did you ask why Flight 641 had taxied off the runway?
12. Are animals able to communicate?
Did you ask if animals were able to communicate?
13. How are animals and birds able to communicate?
Did you ask how animals and birds were able to communicate?
14. Are they applying for a new job?
Did you ask if they were applying for a new job?
15. What kind of job are they applying for this time?
Did you ask what kind of job they were applying for this time?
4. The with geographical names. Greece. Write in the geographical names from the map to complete this paragraph. Use the where necessary. Check your answers.
Greece, a country of mountains, islands, and historic places, such as the capital Athens, is a favorite of tourists today. The central part of the country is covered by the Pindus Mountains, and the highest peak, Mount Olympus, is often called the home of the gods. Greek islands from Corfu in the northwest, one of the Ionian Islands, to Rhodes in the southeast, are famous. Almost all the islands east of the mainland in the Aegean Sea belong to Greece. The Peloponnesus is nearly separated from the mainland by the Gulf of Corinth, Only the Isthmus of Corinth joins it to the rest of Greece. Greece's northern neighbors are Albania, Yugoslavia, and Bulgaria. To the east lies Turkey.
5. Reported speech. Statements, WH questions, yes-no questions, imperatives. Give the reported or indirect forms of these direct speech sentences. Use past tense reporting verbs, for example, said, asked, and make necessary changes in the tense of the reported verb.
1. Italy borders Switzerland on the south, Miss Blair said.
Miss Blair said that Italy bordered Switzerland on the south.
2. What country borders it on the west, she then asked.
She then asked what country bordered it on the west. 3. I think France is on the west, Mike answered.
Mike answered that he thought France was on the west. 4. I can't hear the speaker very well, Eva said to her friend.
Eva told her friend that she couldn't hear the speaker very well.
5. Do you want to move closer to the front? Her friend asked.
Her friend asked if she wanted to move closer to the front.
6. Then I wouldn't be able to see the slides well, said Eva.
Eva said that she wouldn't be able to see the slides well then.
7. Tell me the name of the deepest lake in the world, Miss Blair asked Mike.
Miss Blair asked Mike to tell her the name of the deepest lake in the world. 8. Is it in Asia, Mike asked?
Mike asked if it was in Asia. 9. What's the name of it, she asked.
She asked what the name of it was.
10. Say something in Swedish, I said to Eric.
I told Eric to say something in Swedish.
11. Is it really necessary to learn to read and write? They all asked me.
They all asked me if it was really necessary to learn to read and write. 12. How many official languages does Canada have? Pierre asked.
Pierre asked how many official languages Canada had. 13. Show me how to hold the chopsticks again, Carla asked Carl.
Carla asked Carl to show her how to hold the chopsticks again.
14. Don't reach across the table, Betty's mother said to her.
Betty's mother told her not to reach across the table. 15. May I hold my fork with my left hand? Frank asked.
Frank asked if he might hold his fork with his left hand.
6. Two-word verbs. Repeat, please.
Brush off. Get out. Plug in. Put away. Rinse out. Sweep off. Take down. Wipe off.
Respond with a two-word verb from the list. Follow the model answer. Listen.
1. This iron is cold.
I know. I haven't plugged it in yet.
I know. I haven't plugged it in yet.
I know. I haven't plugged it in yet.
Now do the exercise.
1. This iron is cold.
I know. I haven't plugged it in yet.
2. Your coat is still in the closet.
I know. I haven't gotten it out yet.
3. Look at all the leaves on the porch.
I know. I haven't swept them off yet.
4. The dishes are clean, but they're still on the sink.
I know. I haven't put them away yet.
5. Your suit's dirty.
I know. I haven't brushed it off yet.
6. These glasses have soap in them.
I know. I haven't rinsed them out yet.
7. There's still some juice on the table.
I know. I haven't wiped it off yet.
8. That's last year's calendar on the wall.
I know. I haven't taken it down yet.
Review of vocabulary. 1. Vocabulary. Write an X in front of the letter A, B, or C, which best explains the word at the left.
1. Opinion.
A. Evaluation.
2. Applicant.
A. Someone who asks for something.
3. Award.
C. Something you receive.
4. Opportunity.
A. Chance.
5. Create.
A. Make up.
6. Postpone.
B. Put off.
7. Consider.
B. Think over.
8. Cause.
A. Bring about.
9. Rude.
A. Impolite.
10. Worthwhile.
C. Valuable.
11. Countless.
B. Many.
12. Constantly.
A. Always.
2. Verbs. Complete the sentences with a verb from the list. Use the correct form of the verb. Repeat, please.
Border. Cause. Connect. Cover. Derive. Disappear. Eliminate. Explain. Flow. Give. Punish. Remind. Represent. Surround. Take.
Now do the exercise.
1. In the alphabetic system, each letter represents a sound.
2. This picture reminds me of an experience I had in Washington in 1965.
3. An isthmus connects North and South America.
4. Switzerland doesn't have a seacoast. It's completely surrounded by other countries.
5. Italy borders it on the south.
6. The editor gave all the typists a talking to because they were too slow.
7. The paper said that bad tires caused the accident.
8. Don't you think that cleaning out the old papers will eliminate the danger of fire?
9. The plane took off and disappeared into the clouds.
10. The Nile River flows into the Mediterranean Sea at Alexandria.
11. Carol explained that Antarctica was once much warmer.
12. Today it's completely covered with ice and snow.
13. Sam took an interest in his father's business at an early age.
14. Do you think children should sometimes be punished if they're bad?
15. We can derive the noun interruption from the verb interrupt.
End of lesson 23.